If you're not seriously looking at Snapchat ads right now, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity, which is why in this episode, I want to show you the ins and outs of running Snapchat ads for your business to increase your followers, get more traffic to your website, and increase your sales. Let's get to it. Hey there, my name is Erhart, marketing strategist, and welcome to the Marketing Show. If you've got a business or a brand that you're trying to grow, then Snapchat ads may be just the thing that you've been looking for. After all, when it comes to the stats and the number of people using Snapchat, just how long they're using it for, well, the results are pretty overwhelming. First of all, there's an average of 210 million daily users. The average daily user opens the app 30 times each day. The average user also spends upwards of 30 minutes on the app each day. And in the US, Snapchat reaches more 13 to 24-year-olds than Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger combined. This is a demographic you don't want to ignore, because they're the future. So clearly, Snapchat is something worth paying attention to. And of course, while being present and active on the platform from an organic side is always a good strategy, it's the paid side that I really want to share with you today, because time and time again, inside the agency, it's paid traffic that really tends to deliver the best and the fastest results. And that's what this episode is all about. I'm going to be walking you step by step, hand in hand, through the entire process of creating a Snapchat ad for your business. Also, a huge thanks to Snapchat for not only sponsoring this video, but for also providing every new advertiser with a $100 discount code to use in their new advertising account. So you're going to be able to find access to the link that'll get you your free code in the descriptions below this video. All right, so with all that said, let's hop into the computer and start right now with Instant Create. All right, so here we are inside of Snapchat ads. And once you've created your account and you've come over here, this is going to be one of the first places that you're going to want to go, over to this Create Ads screen, which is going to bring you to this page here. My recommendation, and especially if you're just getting started with ads, is to take a look at the Instant Create button, because it's going to give you all of the features that you need in a really streamlined, really easy to follow way to help you get up and running with really no headache at all. All right, so for starters, let's click the Instant Create and begin our journey. Now, the very first thing you're going to need to do here is pick which kind of goal or what kind of objective you're after. We've got the options of website visits, app installs, and app visits. Now, what we're going to do here is set up a campaign for website visits. And if you've got a normal business, whether it's brick and mortar or an online business or whatnot, this is going to be a great place to start. So we'll click in there. All right, so now that we've clicked into website visits, the next thing you're going to need to do is add the URL that we're going to want to add, and essentially our ad is going to want to drive traffic to. So in this case, we're going to put in my website here. Now we do have an option to import photos from the website to help with ad creation, which essentially Snapchat's going to go to your website, drag in and import whatever photos you've got there to help you create your ad that much easier. I'm going to leave this one off for now, but just know that it is a feature, and if you've never run ads before, probably a really good one to take advantage of. All right, so now let's click over next and get on with building our ad. All right, so the next thing we need to do here is obviously get some creative and some kind of pictures and graphics in there. So we've got a couple options of selecting from a library, which if we've already done ads before, we've got some in there we can drag there. Otherwise, we're gonna go upload photo or video. So I'm gonna click that and upload a photo that I think will work out really well here now. All right, so here we are. I've uploaded a photo that I think works out really great, keeping in mind the dimensions of the photo or of the assets that you're gonna wanna use. You wanna make sure that they obviously look like they're gonna fit in, but at the same time stand out, but at the same time aren't gonna be cropped all kinds of funny different ways based on the kind of photo that you're working with. So this is the photo I've got now, and now we can start to work with the creative of the ad itself. Keeping in mind that we wanna make sure that whatever message we're putting out there is going to be relevant and interesting and essentially click-worthy among our target market. So some basic things that we need to do right from the start. Number one, obviously here, we want to write in the name of our business. Next thing we do need a catchy headline. So for this one, because we're gonna be just driving traffic to my main website, we're gonna say Modern Marketing Strategies, and we'll leave it like that. We do have the option for all kinds of different calls to action. More works pretty well if you don't really know what to do. If you've got something very specific like sign up or shop now or order now or whatever, you could use that. But for now, we're just going to go with probably more and send people over that way. Now, once that's done, you do have a couple different options to look through templates. Obviously, this template is just straight up the image, but let's circle through a couple other ones and see how this might work. And again, depending on the caption that we're going to include, the text is going to show up in different places. So probably good when you're creating your ad to experiment with a few different things, a few different ideas, and see what looks and what really feels best for your brand and for your message. Another important point here, and something worth keeping in mind, is that depending on the length of your caption, you'll see that the font automatically adjusts. So for example, if we just had the world's best marketing strategies and we sort of cut it off there, you'll see that the font is automatically going to get a little bit bigger and sort of take up a little more space, versus if we sort of have our full sentence in there, and then the font is going to adjust to make sure that it fits. So let's cycle through a couple different options and see which one kind of engages the eye the most. I kind of like what one we were looking at. I kind of like that one. I think what I'm going to do though is we're going to keep the text nice and short and have it just chew up a whole bunch of real estate. And we're gonna go with that. You do have the option to upload a logo. For now though, I like the clean way that it looks, so we're gonna leave this one here and click over to next. All right, so here we are inside of the targeting of Snapchat ads, and this is where things really start to get exciting, and it really can start to see the power that you've got with this platform. So there's a ton of options here, so I only want to go over what I believe are the most important things for you to understand now, then make sure later for you to dive in and take a look at all the different options available. So let's start off with demographics. Now, obviously, we've got the main ones of gender, of the age, and of the language that we're trying to target. So for now, let's just leave it as suggested. We'll say 13 to 35 plus is fine. We'll go all. And you can also see kind of the potential reach that you're getting. So obviously, we're way too big here. We're going to basically be trying to target everyone. So we're going to probably want to dial this down a little bit more. Language, we'll put English. And then from there, we can start to dive into some of the other targeting features, including locations, like what state you want to go for, if you want to target various postal codes or zip codes, whether you're in Canada or the States or whatnot, as well as location categories, which for me, I found probably one of the most interesting and exciting elements of the targeting features. Because you can target people whether they're at airports or apparel stores or arts entertainment or autos and vehicles, barbecue restaurants, baby stores, bakeries. The list is pretty much endless and can really allow you to really hone in on that exact person right where they are, right when you want to reach them. Now, if you really want to get strategic, then you definitely want to check out the advanced targeting, which gives you all kinds of different options here, including these lifestyle categories, which allows you to target people that they would deem as adventure seekers or advocates and activists, arts and culture mavens, beach goers and surfers, beauty mavens, comics and animation fans. I mean, again, just like some of the other targeting, the list here pretty much endless and allow you to really zero in and really laser target exactly who you're trying to reach. So just for the sake of an example here, let's say that we're doing some marketing for a yoga studio. So we're gonna pick yoga enthusiasts down here. The beauty is now not only are we going to target these people, but you can see that our reach has come down substantially, which is actually perfect because we don't want to be running ads to people that have no interest in what we're trying to do. Rather, we really want to zero in on exactly who we're trying to reach and making sure that our ad gets directly in front of them. All right, and moving right along, you'll see right below that we do have our budget and our duration for basically how much we want to spend and how long we want our campaign to run for. My recommendation here is almost always to go with auto bid. Really trust the way that Snapchat's got it set up rather than trying to put in target cost or max bid. Really kind of leverage the power of the algorithm to go out there and get you the best results possible. Again, you can set your budget, whether it's through the day or whether it's a lifetime budget. You can set whenever you want your campaign to run or when you want it to stop, so on and so forth. Basically a ton of features here to make sure that you're delivering your campaign exactly to who you want and when you want it to run. All right, so we'll move on, and now all we've got to do is hit the publish button and we're off to the races. All right, and there we have it. Ad is now essentially published, and what we're looking at is the dashboard, which is going to give you all of the features that you'd expect to see in a paid advertising dashboard, allowing you to see basically how many times your ad's been shown, the cost that it's essentially costing your account, the results that you're getting, basically everything you need to really fully optimize your campaign and make sure you're getting a positive return on investment. So now that that's all set, there are a couple other things that I want to make sure that you're aware of, notably the Snap Pixel, which is essentially just like any other kind of advertising pixel out there that you install on your website and is going to allow you to track visitors and make sure that everything is running according to plan and that you're logging the accurate data. Fortunately, setting up the Pixel is incredibly easy to do. All you need to do is head over to the menu, click on Snap Pixel, and that's going to bring up your Pixel dashboard. Then all you've got to do is click the Setup Pixel button there. That's going to pull up all the code that all you've got to do is get it installed on your website, and you're pretty much good to go. The other thing that I want to make sure you're aware of and using is the custom audiences feature, which again, very simple to get to. Just click over here, click on audiences, and it's going to enable you to import your email list or your customer data or basically any list that you've got, import it into the system. You can then market to them as well as create lookalikes from it, which is an incredibly powerful feature to make sure you're reaching exactly who you want to get your ads in front of. You also have the ability to upload a custom audience into Snapchat and really get a pretty detailed idea of who exactly this audience is and what they're made up of. For example, you can find out, are they mostly male or mostly female? You can see what age range that they fall into. You can also determine what Snapchat lifestyle category that they fall into, which again means that you're going to be able to accurately detect kind of which lifestyle category you're going to want to market to in the future. And from there, you're going to be able to take all of this data and all this information and use it to strategically design your next campaign and make it that much more effective. There's a ton of really powerful features, so really your best plan is just get started, create some ads, and go from there. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video I have linked up right here, which is going to give you even more tips and actionable strategies to really elevate your marketing game. So make sure to check that out now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on The Marketing Show.